Hello. Hello, J3. Hello. So, look, I have a man bun. I'm trying to grow my hair out, y'all. So, I put on earrings so you know I'm not a boy. And I even put on a little mascara. You are going to have to get up. You're going to have to get up. Here, do you want a blanket? Come on, Mandy. Up here. Come on. Okay. So, you guys, I'm still going through the depression, but look at me today. I'm smiling. I haven't been sleeping. That's been really hard. But today I started feeling better. I don't know what it is. I basically completely had to stop alcohol altogether for a little bit. And now I only drink on like Friday, Saturday. But that was making me more depressed. And I'd wake up with my heart pounding and more anxious. I'm not sure if anybody else goes through that. Sorry, I have to breathe. I was laughing really hard earlier, and it got me thinking about how I felt so good after. You know, whenever you have a comparative, when you're in a really deep depression, and you feel just a little bit better, it feels like a whole new world. Just a little bit. It only takes a little bit. Hello, Jupiter J. Hello, darling. Hi, Jody. Hi, Pocahontas, sister. You know how have you ever been sick? Have you ever been nauseous? Sorry, I forgot to turn off my notifications. Big surprise. I'm really terrible at this YouTube thing. Have you ever been really sick, really nauseous? And all you're thinking is, I just want to feel better in my tummy. And then that second you feel better, you're like, oh, angels singing. That's how I feel whenever it comes to depression. And Jimbo, I know I haven't been on here much. So we thought he got a job right after Corona. That turned out not to be so. And he's been home pretty much since March. And it has been really hard. Because as many of you know, we have a very tiny house. And I am someone who needs space. I need a lot of alone time. It's impossible to meditate because he's going deaf, so he listens to his TV really loud. And he has his little, like, kind of a back apartment that's attached to the house, but it's still a tiny house, right? So a lot of things were compounding. And I found it really hard. I didn't leave my room for like 3 weeks straight. Man, it was really bad. And still at this point, I've probably left my house in the past 2 months about 5 times. I am so sorry, you guys. But if I go turn off my notifications now, it'll shut the video down. So I can't do that. So I wanted to give some of you hope out there if you're feeling this way. For instance, I am feeling, hang on. See, my house is so small, I can't run the AC or the washer while I'm on video because it's that loud. If any of you are feeling, I'm going to give you a for instance. For me, I'm feeling a sense of hopelessness, a sense of I'm not enough, a sense of I'm a failure, just downright sad all the time. I called the VA in early June and I still haven't gotten my medications that are supposed to come in the mail. So it's been almost 6 weeks at least. It was probably mid-June, probably about 6 weeks since I called the VA. And they say it'll be another week or two. And this is after me telling them I'm severely depressed. And I'm feeling guilty about being depressed because I have food, I have shelter, I have people that love me. I have a beautiful dog who adores me. I mean, she's the best PTSD dog in the world. And she truly shows me she loves me every single day. I have no right. So I have the guiltiness over the feelings of despair, and they're all compounding, right? And how often am I constantly telling you guys, what are you thinking? Right? What are you thinking? And I have had, it's easier said than done, right? I've had to really look at my thoughts and how often I'm unkind to myself. Really unkind to myself. And that was a shock to me. I didn't realize how often my thoughts were self-destructive, pulling myself down. And sometimes it takes coming within yourself to really see that, which I've been saying for a long time, right? We are on a macro level manifesting this time of the great seclusion, because there are very few people out there who know their own mind, who know their own thoughts, who understand the separation. And it is so incredibly painful to realize how often things haven't just happened to you, but when they did, it's your reactions to them that have set the course in motion. It's not the things that have happened so much as your reaction to them. Whether, and remember, a reaction is also your internal thinking, right? No matter what you show the outside world, the most important reaction you have is in your thoughts. Are you recognizing them? And I'm not telling you you necessarily have to change them immediately. You should try to get there, but the most important part is recognizing what they are in the first place, right? It's like G.I. Joe, some of the oldest wisdom. How many of you watched G.I. Joe as a kid? Knowing is truly half the battle. Just knowing. That is half of the battle. What are you thinking? So today, I got silly with my dog, my little Amanda Pants. I got silly with her, and I started laughing at myself. I sent a few videos out to friends to make them laugh. And laughter is truly the best medicine. It releases chemicals, you start feeling better. And what I want to remind a lot of you, okay, do not ever, and I want you to listen closely here, because this came into me. This is not my wisdom. This is not my wisdom. This is from somewhere else. But I was scrolling through Facebook and I was like, man, people are doing so good in this coronavirus. I can't believe how they're adjusting and really getting to know their inner self, creating things that they never thought they could. People who never painted in their life before are creating masterpieces, right? I turned that washer off. Y'all heard me, and it turned back on. But I was sitting there and I was thinking about how well people were doing. And something in my ear just said, I'm going to say it to you just like it was told to me. Don't you dare compare your beautiful, unique, individually different, perfect fraction of light to a created online existence, which is what it is. Because each and every one of us has our hard times. Each and every one of us has our ups and downs. And we are comparing ourselves to a manifested reality. Because that's what a Facebook profile is. That's what an Instagram profile is. That's what TikTok, YouTube, all of this is only when we want you to see, right? I'm only on here when I want you to see. Sometimes it's harder than others because I really, really want you to see me going through the hard stuff. And sometimes I have to go within because I really need to do internal work that can't be done with anyone else and I can't see through the cloud. But there is not a single person out there, no matter what they look like, no matter how they respond or react or show themselves on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube, on TV. There's not a single person out there that is not experiencing great moments of internal pain, self-consciousness in their own lives at certain points. I'm not saying that what they're putting out there is a lie, but it's like going on a first date. You're not necessarily lying if you show your best self, right? And sometimes I think we're not so much trying, sometimes we are, but it's not always about trying to get other people to see a fake side of us as it is trying to get ourselves to see what we want to see. When you look in the mirror, that beautiful, cute little smile, those crow's feet on the corner of your eyes, those laugh lines, that double chin, whatever you see, that's not you. The mirror does not show you how much you've fought through, how much you've overcome. The mirror does not show you the first time that your child was born, the first time you heard your child laugh. The mirror does not show you what you fought through and how strong you are, how brilliant you are, and how beautiful you are from within. That is who you are. It doesn't show you every mountain that you've climbed. And unfortunately, when we look in the mirror and see a weathered face, we think badly of ourselves when that's actually showing us every single mountain we've climbed. What is it, Martina McBride's song? Every laugh line on your face is what got you where you are today. Be proud of every single one. Hang on, I'm going to make sure that washer's off. It's loud. Okay. Sorry. So, I was talking to my friend Kristen today, and I tied my hair up in a knot. And she said, "Did you just tie that up?" And I did with, like, literally, it's just a single knot. Because I said, "Yeah, I'm trying to grow it out." And she's like, "Really?" And I was like, "No, I just haven't cut my hair." So I'll be back to bandanas soon. Don't worry. But I have to figure out what's going on with my hair right now. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. If I'm going to grow it out or if I'm going to keep it short. Who cares? It's hair, right? It grows. So what I want to know today, or kind of what I want to do today, I will pull cards in a little bit, but I kind of wanted to have a Q&A, and if you guys have questions or if you just want to comment. I haven't been reading them so far. I'm so sorry, because you know how it is. I'll back and forth. But now I'm going to be, if you have questions or if you have anything that you need me to talk to you about, I want to answer them. Update really quickly. I'm sorry, I want to read Julie Harris. Update really quickly. If I owe you a personal reading, I would like to schedule those within the next week and a half, next 10 days, okay? Because I'm probably going to be starting medication in a few weeks, so I want those done while I'm still, I picked up something from a personal reading not long ago, and I tried to blame it on that for a long time, my depression, and it's so much more. It was, I needed to look within myself, and maybe that person triggered or opened a Pandora's box that I wasn't ready to look at, and I'm still not through it yet. But when I come out of this, you guys, I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna be ready. So sorry. People only text me. I swear whenever I get on here live. It's so annoying. And they know that I'm live, because otherwise, why were they just now thinking about me? Yes, a notification popped on your screen. I'm live on YouTube. Please don't text me. Okay. Julie Harris. What did you say up there? You had a good one. We are all sent here to learn lessons. It's our journey, not others. It's our journey, not others. And our journey is not to be compared, but shared with others, so they know that they are not alone in the climb for betterment. Absolutely, Julie. I agree with you completely. Free flowing, tell my body that. Hang on. My glasses, you guys, look, Mandy got a hold of them. And you guys know how long I waited for glasses? Both sides. Hang on. So I have a tape on them. Okay. Oh. Hang on. Well, now the tape is old. So I'll just have to use them. I need like one of those sticks like the people had in the 1920s where I can hold it up. Yeah. Yeah, half the reason I can't read the comments is because I can't see, and the other half is because I don't want to take away from the reading usually. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Now, does anybody have any questions right now, or anything that they want to comment on besides laughing at my glasses, Okay, hang on. There we go. It's glaring bad. Okay. Now you all get quiet, huh? Okay. Yeah, the physical, you guys, it's just a bag of bones. It's just the vehicle that your beautiful soul uses to travel in this earth. It's kind of like you can't go on the highway without a vehicle. Well, you can't come into this dimension without a vehicle. This is your vehicle. Now, whatever model you picked, believe me, you picked it, has something to do, I think, with your life path in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not saying everything. I'm saying it's a small aspect of it, whether it's part of what you're learning here, right? If there's not a single person out here that's not a little self-conscious of their vehicle, and out there and in here, right? And here's the deal. When you have a really nice vehicle, people pay more attention to those people. For instance, supermodels and actors and things like that. And a lot of us, look, my ears are wiggling. A lot of us tend to wish or envy those people, or wish we could be more like them, right? Because it's the way that it's brought up in our media and the way that it's shown to be, you want to be skinny, you want to be pretty, you want to be this, you want to be that, you want to be buff, you want to be handsome. But really, those people get so much attention that it becomes like an ultra insecurity. If anything's out of place or if anything's imperfect, they feel like everyone's watching them all the time. Really, yes, less perfection and more authenticity. Being real, right? The problem is, do you know who you are? Do you know what the real you is? Can you laugh with yourself? Can you be alone, right? Yeah. Mm. Yes, and the real me isn't always so bright and cheery. And Awakening to Love, I've seen your channel and you could have fooled me. That's exactly what I mean. We tend to think that a person's online personality is who they are all the time. Man, I am a cranky bitch sometimes. I'm not kidding you. Terrifying for some people, I'm sure. And I can't stand myself. And that's the point, right? When you get like that, can't stand yourself. My mom calls it in the meantime. In the meantime. She said, especially in your 30s, you get to this point where you're in the meantime or between relationships, right? Right before you're ready for that right relationship is when you stop caring, because you actually start enjoying yourself. Like I said, can you sit there and truly enjoy yourself and laugh with yourself, laugh at yourself? In the meantime, you're also actually mean. You're mean to yourself, you're mean to others. But this is truly just self-destruction and self-hatred, right? Mirror gazing is absolutely powerful. Mirror meditation. Another good idea, do it in the bathtub. Like if you have I have a stand-up mirror I put in the bathtub, and the water sort of gets you into it changes your frequency. Water neutralizes things within your energy. And if you can do some mirror gazing while you're in water, it's very powerful. I've actually seen some, you can do some scribing in that way as well. I watched my face actually, and I was not on alcohol, drugs, nothing like that. But I actually watched my face age and change, and I swear it looked like my future self looking back at me. And she was just as surprised as me. And I thought, what if I'm really doing this in the future? Tricky. Yes, water is so powerful. And if you light sage in there while you're in the bath, and I'm not saying before, I'm saying while you're in the bath, take the lighter, take the sage while you're in water. Then you have earth, sage, air, smoke, fire, and water. You have all four elements all together. So that's really fun. That's shape shifting. Definitely did something. Water is so powerful. And it's the most underrated power we have on this earth. Air and water, two of the most underrated feel-good powers we have on this earth, energy-changing powers we have on this earth. We don't use them enough. And if we used them enough, we wouldn't need medications and drugs and alcohol and all of that stuff to self-medicate, right? Do you use protection each day? That's funny because, Ronnie, right? Yeah. That's funny because I'm not sure if any of you are like this. Something I'm desperately trying to change, but I'm really good at protecting myself when I feel good and really bad at protecting myself when I feel bad. And that's usually the energies surrounding me, not wanting me to cleanse, right? So it's hardest to protect yourself. It's hardest to find that motivation when you're in that really deep depression. And I had a pretty intense energy that's been clinging on to me. Again, I don't want to put it all on that energy, but it was so incredibly negative, and so it drowned me. It drowned me big time. And the best way to drown a drowning energy is get in the water. That is the fastest way to give yourself a quick energy change. And also, at the end of a hot bath, we'll say in the morning, not in the evening, but at the end of a hot bath or a hot shower, you need to douse yourself in cold water. Closes up the pores. It does so many amazing things for your body, vital, amazing things for your body, capillary refill, all kinds of good stuff, yummy stuff. Switches around your autoimmune system, gets shaken up, right? Do a headstand. I mean, unless don't hurt yourself, right? But yeah, I'm not as good at protecting myself now as I was 2 or 3 months ago. Whatever this thing was that stuck on me, did not want to be gotten rid of. And now I can feel that it's gone. I did a full cleansing of my house. I cleaned everything. I did a spring cleaning, and then I saged everything. Just made myself do it. And whatever it is feels gone. But the remnants of it are still there. Okay. I'm Cherokee, and when you see a face shift, that is an internal conflict being shown on that person. Thank you, Julie, very much. One of my good friends' name is Cherokee. I live on a lake as a kid and swam competitively, and then as an adult, those were gone, and I couldn't figure out what was happening to me, and then I got back to water and learned my soul needs it to survive. Absolutely, Amy. And yeah, and some people I truly believe need it more than others, you know? I mean, I think it's interesting how certain trends come up to remind us of these things, even if they're in a silly way, like mermaids. Don't you think that's the universe's way to tell us to get back to water? And suddenly children are obsessed with mermaids. Even adults you can find obsessed with mermaids. I've seen people that think they are mermaids on YouTube, like truly believe that they're a mermaid. Maybe they are. Who am I to say? Pausing the mind, sorry. Free flowing. Pausing the mind for 2 to 5 seconds. ASMR helps me a lot. Cold shower, laying in the grass for a couple of minutes. Yes, absolutely. I actually did the grass thing the other day, you guys, and I got bit by chiggers. And then I went chasing a snake because I actually like snakes, and I can usually tell 90% of the time which ones are. If I don't know, I stay away. But I can usually, I'm from Texas, y'all. And I was in the military. But I can usually tell if it's poisonous. This was not poisonous. It was a rat snake. But I tried to catch it for Mandy because I think it's good for dogs to play with snakes. And if you get bit by a non-poisonous snake, then she's kind of learning how to mess with it. Anyway, it bit me instead. But see, right there. Sucked. Can't tell, but it's kind of, it's a little swollen. I treated it though. Anyway, so I played with that little rat snake for a while. And it was funny. He bit me, and then he literally, I didn't pull him off because you don't want to tear your skin, but he picked his head up and he looked right at me, like, put me down. And I swear I heard him in my head saying, put me down. And I did. I put him down, and he raced off a little, and then he came back, and then he raced off. And it was funny because I thought, I didn't know snakes were playful because I've never really had one be playful with me. Anyway, that was fun. Yes, chiggers are awful. I got them all under the under part of my thighs. And now every time I sweat, it gets worse. So I have to put alcohol on them. It was horrible. My Graham's full-blooded Cherokee. Very cool. I feel like we have quite a few Native Americans, America's First Peoples, in this tribe. I think that's pretty interesting. I love walking in grass too. I never wear shoes. My feet are always dirty. Always. I think if you don't have dirty feet, you're not living. You know? So, you have to walk around barefoot. It changes your life. Do y'all know Uncle Jimbo wears 2 pairs of socks every day, even in the summer, with his work boots? And he wears long johns under his overalls and an under long sleeve shirt and a t-shirt and then overalls every day in 99-degree heat in Texas working outside. The man, I have never seen him walk around barefooted even in the house. Can't get him to do it. I've been trying and trying. Can't get him to do it. Snakes are a symbol for fertility and continual renewal of life. Absolutely. Also transformation in the shedding of a skin. And I think that's kind of what I'm going through right now. I'm shedding a skin. And I talk about this so much, but I just don't think it can be said enough. You're not here to change. You're here to grow and shed. Every time you shed, something more beautiful is revealed, like that flashlight covered in mud. Just knock a little of that mud off. That light's already on. The light doesn't change. When you shed, you can see more of it. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to shed the 3D reality, the layers that this reality puts on us. And in that way, it makes us more vibrant within our souls if we allow it. Or it can make us a muddier flashlight. It's up to you. Do you choose to allow this world to help you to become more vibrant, to shine brighter? Or do you choose to wear it as a cloak? Because you can. And that's sort of what this whole channel is about, eternal transformations, right? Melissa McElroy, healing, transformation. The snake was a spiritual representation of your transformation. Yes, one of them. Eternally, right? Eternally. Absolutely one of them. My mom and I were talking this morning. And I said, I've had some bad ones, but never in the summer. And she said, never, ever for so long. I mean, I couldn't get out of it, you guys. I could not see through it. And now that I'm starting to feel better, of course, I don't want to get on medications. It's very difficult to get on medications when you're feeling okay, right? But man, this one lasted a good 3 months. And I've been on here within 3 months, but not like before. I'm hoping that they're going to have some stuff to share. I do have a lot of stuff. Just split the deck. Eternally. The death card is not a bad card. This is the best card you can get. This is a shedding of the snake skin. The death and the rebirth. So, let's do a pick a card. I'm only going to pull 3. Let's do... How about a starseed? Okay, hold on. You guys pick. Do you want starseed or do you want mystical shaman oracle? You guys tell me what you want. Comment and say mystical or star. Or shaman or star. Both are amazing. We'll pick 3. We'll clarify. All right. Oh my gosh, you guys, I did not have it on live chat. I only had it on top chat, so I'm so sorry if I've missed messages. Okay, star, shaman, star, star, shaman, star, shaman, shaman, star, shaman, star, shaman. So pretty much 50-50. Okay. How about this? Let's do star this time because we pull shaman a lot. Sorry, guys. Morgan, you just texted me, you little butthead. She said shaman. One of each? Okay, we can do that. Okay. That's a good idea. Which one do you resonate with more? We'll do one of each. You can pick which one you're resonating with more. I'm only going to pull one of each, though. Okay? It's Friday, no judgment. It's only my second one. Okay. Okay, Oracle. All right, guys. I call in all ascended masters, beings of the light, those with guidance, for our beautiful ascending souls out there. Use me as your oracle now. Release my ego. Go to sleep. The child. Oh, we were talking about Native Americans. This is a very Native American card to me. Reminds me of a little Indian child. Number 7, the child. Beautiful imagery. Also notice the moon cycles, living cyclically. Doesn't a child live very cyclically? I can't wait for summer. I can't wait for Christmas, spring. A child lives cyclically. Be a child again. And we'll read each one, don't worry. But first we're going to pull each one. Starseed. Absolutely inner child. Starseed. For my star seeds out there. Don't worry, the longer it takes, the better the message. Close your eyes, take a big old deep belly breath. Felt something buzz, it'll come back. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, and community. Maybe these are both for everybody, right? What did I post earlier? Getting a little silly. Sometimes the best medicine. I love that. It's beautiful. You're not alone. Okay, let's read each one of these, and then we'll pull a few clarifiers. Where are you, mystical? There you go. Okay, the child, number 7. Okay, the essence of this card. Thank you, love bug. Oh. But the fronts are pretty too, huh? And the backs. The child, the essence of this card. The child knows the way to joy and happiness. The child offers the return of a second innocence. Did we pull this card last time? Because I remember saying, return to innocence. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. The child offers the return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not of naivety. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. The invitation here. The child is here to release you from the habit of being yourself and to help you acquire a beginner's mind so that you can see life as if for the first time. In the meantime, remain open to learning and discovery. Who is your spouse or partner today? Can you see them with fresh eyes? I know we did. Who is looking back at you in the mirror this morning? Mirror gazing. Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with the sense of childlike wonder. Now, if you're having a hard time with this, here is the medicine, okay? The child comes to show you how you can correct the course of your life without being punished. Without those tower moments. Set yourself free from your conditioning for suffering. From your conditioning for suffering. Set yourself free from your conditioning for suffering. Self-destructive, survivor's guilt, punishing yourself. Because as a child, you were constantly punished when you did wrong. But this was only to keep you safe, to teach you the right road. It's not meant to be continued. The universe doesn't punish. God doesn't punish. You punish yourself. You were born unfettered, perfect, and happy. And you can be so again if you make the choice right now. The child will help you climb out of the hole you may have dug yourself into to recover your sense of play. I definitely needed to hear this. Okay, you're not alone. You're not alone. Let's read this one. not a number on this one, so I assume they're an output a quarter. I haven't read these. I've only pulled these a couple of times, so I'm not used to this deck yet. Okay. You're not alone. Isolation. Physical connection and community. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many star seeds and old souls enjoy their own company. My gosh, we were literally just talking about this. Is insane. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra or find it hard being human. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. However, we must remember that we are not here to go about life alone. I needed this one too. However, we must remember we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we need the love, the company, and the support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people, yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still, sorry you guys, my eyes are, where are my glasses? Goodness gracious. Okay, sorry. Okay, there's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects of things like social media. With so many people knowing our news, what is it doing to our auric field? Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of the physical community and touch. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby or have a regular catch-up walk with someone. In what ways can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life? Those you truly know. And the Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how can you reach out to people in your life physically? Physically. Not on social media, not on a call, right? Not on a text message, physically. My friend Cherokee has a motorcycle. Is that my eyes or is that, oh good, that was the camera. I was like, oh, they're getting worse. My friend Cherokee has a motorcycle, and when I was in the deepest of my depression, he got me out and said, let's blow the stank off you. And he took me on a bike ride, and it was just the best day. So I'm going to ask him to do that again this weekend. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Do you guys resonate out there with any of that? I hope so. Okay, yes, awesome. I know, I have to stop saying I'm sorry. It's just habit. Something I've been working on. Y'all have seen me doing it forever. Okay, for the child. If you resonated with the child. If you resonated with the child. It was invigorating. The child. Okay, the child. Number 7, the child. The child. Felt it. Huh. That's so funny because it's almost, the child is almost opposite of alone, but still the same. I don't know. It's interesting. It's like the inner part. The hermit. The hermit. Do you remember being a kid, going within? Do you remember what I was talking about, the light shining? I love this of the hermit. And we are truly in the time of hermit right now. Shining at your most authentic self. This is truly shining at your most authentic self, understanding that the light does not come from without you, but within you. If you want to light the dark, You have to clean off the flashlight. It's not about changing yourself. It's not about finding the light. Because trust me, the more you try to grab at spirit, the more you try to find the source, the spirit, the more it's like a fart in the wind. It'll disappear in your hands. You have to find it within yourself. It is already who you are. It's who you are. You were born perfect and unfettered. It's not about changing. It's about, who am I? That's what you're here to discover. You're not here to make yourself better. You're here to discover yourself. Let's pull one more for the child, the hermit, the child, the hermit. Nice. 8 of Cups, and I don't know, this one buzzed too. 9 of Wands. Interesting. For some of you, doing inner child work is going to be meaning walking away from a lot that no longer serves you. Things that have changed you and who you are. I love this card. I like how it's burning beautifully. And she sort of has that look of a kid protecting what's hers. Still be strong. Finding your inner self doesn't make you weaker. Being vulnerable is strong. For everything you've been through, you won't forget. But that doesn't mean it has to affect where you're going. Right? Every single one of these wands is a battle. And look how she's built a fence. Be careful not to build a fence around yourself, though. Look how here she's walking away from that which doesn't serve her. It's only made you stronger, my darling. Leave behind that which has not made you stronger. I love her face in this picture. She's like, yeah, go on. Try and mess with me. Right? Okay, 4, you're not alone. 4, you're not alone. We do have some wise soul tribe members here. For you're not alone. Got a couple here. Okay. Wow. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, if you pulled You're Not Alone, or if you got that tingle in your belly on You're Not Alone. Interesting. Okay, we got 3 of Cups. You're definitely not alone. Physically rejoice with others. What did that card just say? What did it just say? Physically reach out to others. To people you love. Go take a walk, right? And look at this, you guys. There's something about this that reminds me of social media. I don't know what it is. But see how she turns the other cheek to naysayers and says, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know where my light comes from. No matter what anyone else says, I sit above it. I am above it. And the last card of the tarot deck, the World. Oh, I love it when we say you are not alone. And look at her here, standing. Even though on a surface level she looks alone, but she is the least alone of anyone in the world. She is in touch with the universe. She dances within, look, the snake, The transformative snake eating its own tail, saying, I only end to begin again. Right? I only end to begin again. I only end to begin again. I am connected to all. Right? How stunning is that? You are not alone. Everything supports you. Everything supports you and your unique, perfect fraction of light. Yes, the synchronicity. I was wondering why they asked me to tell that snake story. Probably just so that we would see the synchronicity here. You are so supported. Reach out and make sure others know that they are supported. For some people, forget, right? So many of you out there are teachers, right? Many of you out there have taught me more than I've taught you. Don't forget that in your actions and in your reaching out. This is what you're called to do. To share this feeling, to share this wisdom with others. Because some people can truly not see past themselves. They can't see past this 3D world. They can't look in the mirror and see more than the crow's feet and the wrinkles. They don't see laugh lines. They don't see how much they've been through. They don't see the beautiful children that they've raised and created, along with Spirit, along with Mother Earth, along with everything that they've done. All they see is what's past. They want to go back. So many people are consistently looking in the past, either wishing they'd done things differently or wishing for the good times again. You couldn't pay me to go back. You couldn't pay me. Or they're always waiting for tomorrow. But what? Tomorrow never comes, right? Because tomorrow, what are you going to be thinking about? Tomorrow. And then tomorrow, you're going to be thinking about tomorrow. You never, ever, ever experience. You never live in the here and now. And that is what the macro manifestation of the great seclusion, I'm calling it, is all about. The great seclusion makes us see the here and now. It forces us to see it, to go within ourselves, to explore ourselves, good and bad, looking at the ugly. I have lots more work to do, and for the first time, I'm actually excited to do it. For the past few months, not the first time, for the first time in a long time, for the past few months, I've been going, thank you, I've been going through this. I mean, the worst depression that I have faced, at least since my sister died, right? Maybe even in its own way worse, because I've never actually dealt with it. I was always, when my sister passed away, I was always running. I was always making sure that I had something else to focus on instead of the things I was supposed to be dealing with, right? Life is not meant to be living on a pink cloud. There will be ups and downs. But it's about, if you're constantly trying to get here, then you'll never be there. It'll always be in the future. It'll never be enough. If you're constantly living in this, you'll always be there. You must dance on the wheel. You must take the good with the bad. You must learn to balance your light and your dark. And if you need help, you must ask for it. I missed something. Congrats for what? I was totally avoiding the great seclusion. Then I got the cocoa. Oh no. The last month has been intense. Glad for perspective here on the other side, like coming out of a cocoon. That's how I'm feeling as well. Oh, darling. Oh, it's beautiful. Yes, Jules, it's easier to find diversions instead of facing the fear. How many of you have binge watched? I did it during, talk about the Great Depression. That's what I was going through. Oh, it's horrible. I was binge watching the dumbest shows until finally I ran out of documentaries, and I don't know. I was watching, I don't remember the last good one I actually watched, but I finally started binge watching Little House on the Prairie just to go back to my stuff I knew was good, you know? And that kind of got me out of it, remembering how hard it was for people to live back, you know, in the pioneer days. And wow, just, I don't know if I could actually survive one day, to be honest. Watching these people on Little House on the Prairie, I mean, just a normal day is like, their Sunday is hard work, and they call that the day of God and no work. They still have to do all the animals, and it's so much work, y'all. They didn't have vacuum cleaners or running water, nothing. I mean, can you imagine just having to go to creek for water to wash your house? I complain about washing the house with all of the newest gadgets out there. It's awful. Yeah, that one got me, my head kind of back in gear again. Brought things back into perspective a little bit. Huh. It's kind of like, I don't know, I was thinking, anybody ever daydream about time travel? I was thinking the other day about time travel. And I think, y'all, that if I went back in time, I always think, oh, I'd be a millionaire, you know? Nobody knows about the phone or, you know, cameras or whatever it is. Well, would they have TVs? But, you know, phones, you know, cell phones, you know, things like that. And then I thought, wait a minute. I wouldn't be able to make a cell phone. I'd be like, hey, y'all, if you go to the future, there's these phones and you can, and I barely know how to work YouTube. Like, I'd be able to tell people how to invent the phone. All I could do was tell, they just lock me up and think I was crazy. I would do worse in the past than I would in the future, and I probably couldn't make it through one day. Isn't that awful? Yes, Outlander, I've read all the books. See, she comes back, though, with medical knowledge. I wouldn't have anything to offer. I would have nothing to offer, and it's rather depressing. Nothing. I've really thought about this deeply. I've really thought I would have nothing to offer. Not even if I tried to copy someone else, I would have nothing to offer. Yeah, I can't think of anything. Can't think of anything I could have to offer. Wouldn't be able to do YouTube. I probably wouldn't even be able to be a secretary because typewriters freak me out and I've never been able to use them. I love not having technology growing up. I didn't have technology until I was a teenager. I mean, I remember pagers were a huge deal, and I got that when I was 16. I still remember for one of my birthdays, my dad got me, I can't remember what birthday it was. I think I was 14 or 15. He got me a long cord. That's it. Just a long phone cord. I'm talking like a 10-foot cord because my sister used to listen in on my phone calls and we only had a phone in the kitchen. So I used to take the phone and he gave me a long cord that I could plug in when I was on the phone with my boyfriend and go into the pantry and drag it around the house and shut the door in the pantry and talk on the phone in the pantry. That was huge. That was a big deal to me. Anyway. Okay, let's close it up. Thank you guys for being here. I love you all so much. Remember, I know that these times are hard. I know I'm not the only one that's feeling some on and off depression. I know some of you, I'm sure, are doing much better than I am, but the on and off depression, they're begging you to look at something. They're begging you to look at something, and it is not as scary as you think. Do not numb yourself. If you're binge watching Netflix, if you're binge watching Amazon Prime or TV, whatever it is, I'm not saying you can't watch those things, but it's time to get off for a few days. Ask yourself, can I get off TV for a few days? Right? And it's not easy. If you're trying to ignore something, you want to find anything to distract yourself. Even your children, right? You allow your children, that's a great excuse to distract yourself. Can't use anything as an excuse. You must go within, right? They're offering us something new here. It's up to you to grab it. It's truly up to you. This card's come out a few times while I've been just messing with the cards and shuffling. Something completely new here. Get outside barefoot. Okay. Ha! Right after that. There's that Fool. Do it. Do it. Okay, guys. Thank you for being here. What do they say? They say, don't waste your hate. Rather gather and create. Be of service. Be a sensible person. Use your words. No, don't be nervous. You can do this. You've got purpose. Find your medicine. Oh, that's a different one. And use it. I love you all, my soul tribe. I'll be back on soon. As you can see, I am feeling better. Look at the ugly. Catch you on the flip side. Like and subscribe. It's like tipping.